Black History Mini Docs.
Welcome to Black History Mini Docs podcast. I am your host for this episode, Reed R. McCants, with your Mini Doc review. That's right, you heard me right.
I'm black and I'm proud.
This is a review episode of the past year as we close out 2024. I'm really excited about this episode because we're going to talk about the wonderful things that happened for BHMD in 2024. We will also give you a preview of what's coming in the next year as we enter our 12th year on various social media platforms, but now mainly on YouTube. We will do that at the end of the show. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe or visit us at blackhistoryminidocs.com. If you are listening over the airwaves, our podcast is brought to you by Buzzsprout, and we are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and all the rest. Please listen there as well. Those of you who have enjoyed what we do for some time know a little bit about the creator, my wife, Neema Barnett, and a little bit about me. Well, you pretty much figured out that we are committed to telling our stories of Black folks, to preserve the pride in our history and our achievements through adversities. That's what we do. Just in case you're new to us or don't know too much about us, Black History Mini Docs is a series designed to provide quick, engaging insight into significant figures and events in Black history. Now, our mini docs are crafted to fit our fast-paced digital age, using cinematic techniques similar to those seen in music videos and movie trailers. Black History Mini Docs covers a wide range of topics, from the lives of well-known historical figures to the lesser-known but equally important figures. Each doc is designed to be both informative and inspiring, making it an easy way to learn about Black history in just a few minutes. Now, we've had an exciting year in 2024 for Black History Mini Docs. So let's start to dive into our review of 2024. First up, we had the honor and privilege of premiering in February of this year at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles, California, as a part of their Black History Month presentation. Now, the year prior, we had the honor of showing our mini docs at the Abraham Lincoln Museum in Illinois. But this year, we were at the Academy Museum, which is the same Academy of the Oscars, so we were excited to be a part of that. Please take a look or listen at a little thing we put together. Black History Mini Docs at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. Ever since 2013, BHMD has been delivering mini docs, along with thousands of historical postings featuring tribute art, photographs, biographies, and podcasts throughout multiple social media platforms. After 10 years of producing our mini doc series on the internet, our mini docs have become museum worthy. We're at the museum.
Yes, they are. The Academy Museum Black History Mini Docs installation. Reed, you did a beautiful job.
Testing 1, 2, 3, and...
Yes, that was a great opportunity to let folks know about what we're doing. And we had a fantastic response, especially from the young folks. Now, many of our followers have noticed a little shifting in what we do and where we do it at, as far as releasing content. For the past 10 years, mainly focusing our content on Facebook, But within recent years, we've noticed a lot of bots and bad actors constantly attacking our page. So we have to move our content to YouTube. And, well, it's a YouTube page that's been up for at least 2014. And we occasionally posted on YouTube in the past, but now we're focusing mainly on mini docs and a lot less of the artful posts that we used to do on Facebook. Sort of like going back to our grassroots where we started. With YouTube, we were able to combine the wonderful graphic art that we've created for our posts. I think we've done thousands of posts on Facebook, which folks are continuing to share every day. And that's why we created the post, so you can share the tributes to your favorite people every day. After all is said and done, Neema and I are just filmmakers at heart, and that's what we love doing. And our short historical mini documentary stories are designed to give others inspiration and knowledge. As we continue to do these stories, we grow as people, and I definitely am, and I'm sure Neema is. We're very thankful of the privilege to combine our artistic abilities to tell stories of great men and women who preceded us, or who are still around with us, who perhaps have not gotten the recognition that they deserved in the past. Okay, so without any further ado, here is the most popular mini doc that we premiered on YouTube this past year. And it might surprise a few folks. So just take a look.
Most viewed mini doc of 2024.
From stage
To television
and the motion picture screen
and the dynamic range
Of the extraordinary actress,
Diana Sands. Riding on the heels of the likes of the great Dorothy Dandridge, Diana Sands was actually a pioneer. As early as the 1960s, she was one of the first black leading ladies. Broadway immediately recognized her talent, and she was cast in Lorraine Hansberry's groundbreaking play A Raisin in the Sun, opposite Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee. She reprised that role in the motion picture as well. Sands became a pioneer in colorblind casting as one of the first black actresses ever to earn a role intended for a white actress. Sands went on to break more barriers by appearing in the Broadway smash The Owl and the Pussycat opposite Alan Alda. The groundbreaking interracial award-winning play was later turned into a film with Barbra Streisand replacing Sands in the role of Doris. But the world really got their chance to see Diana Sands go to work in hit films like The Landlord, Georgia, Georgia, and my favorite, Woolly Dynamite. She combined grit, smarts, and sexiness without stereotypes. Diana Sands, one hell of a leading lady.
Yes, Diana Sands' doc surprised me as a hit. It was one of the docs that we featured at the Academy, but I believe that there's not too much information about this fantastic actress available on the web, and I think the doc gives people a glimpse into how important she was for history, certainly of television and motion pictures. Now, the second most popular video was a brand new one that we did this year, and I have to admit it is one of my favorites as well, perhaps of all time. I've done so many, it's kind of hard to choose, but it is also about a person that meant a lot to me growing up in Harlem in the 60s when I was a little kid. Now, I'll give you a little second to try to guess which doc that was. Well, the second's up. Here's the second most popular video in 2024. In this mini doc, we'll be focusing on the words of the great poet and songwriter Curtis Mayfield and what it meant to Black America and the world when he sung his freedom songs. He first achieved success and recognition in 1961 with the doo-wop soul group The Impressions. In 1963, the Impressions made their debut without lead singer Jerry Butler with hits like and by 1964, Mayfield became one of the first R&B singer-songwriters to bring racial and political consciousness to music. Like our leaders tell us to. It was a bold anthem during a rough time for blacks in America, but that song gave hope to so many. By 1965, it was time for No Jive, and all were waiting to join the Freedom Train.
People get ready. There's a train coming.
By 1968, Curtis's music made us defiant, yet inspired. It would seem somehow Mayfield had his hand on the pulse of black people around the world. His music was a call to action, and we responded. By the 70s, everyone, black and white, was required to check out your mind. Check out your mind. Check out your mind. Challenging us with questions demanding answers of our own identity.
If you had a choice of color,
we people who are darker than blue, are we going to stand around this town and let what others say come true? Curtis Mayfield stepped out as a solo artist in 1970 with his hit soundtrack
Superfly,
and
Red is Day.
That's what I say. He asked the question, if you want to be a junkie, why? Yes, Curtis Mayfield literally wrote the soundtrack to the civil rights movement, but Mayfield also wrote and composed the soundtrack of some of our favorite films. Films like Claudine, Let's Do It Again, Sparkle, Short Eyes. It's definitely no surprise why we still listen and love Curtis Mayfield's music just as we did back in the day, celebrating the musical poetry of Curtis Mayfield. I was a big fan of Curtis Mayfield because I understood at an early age what he was trying to do with his music, and I witnessed him accomplish it, similar to what we're trying to do here at BHMD.
Courageous, fearless, and determined. These are the stories of great women and men in business.
Rounding out the top mini docs of 2024 and coming in at number 3 and 4 was Great Women and Men in Business. We've combined stories of legendary business women and men in this very successful Maxi Doc presentation. And we're listening to you, so look out for more Maxi Docs in the coming year that will feature specific categories of heroes and legends.
After the Civil War in the 1870s, Sarah made her way to the Montana goldfield.
Well, it's about that time. It's time for our
pop-up guest.
Please welcome the curator of BHMD and my lovely wife, Neema Barnett.
Hi, Reed. Oh, I'm honored to be a pop-up guest
Yes.
on our final podcast of the year for Black History Mini Docs. And I must commend my husband because he did a great job this year. You know, it was a good year for Black History Mini Docs, and, you know, being at the Academy Museum and starting a whole new life on YouTube and all our supporters joining us. It was just a wonderful year for us. And
Well,
thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for helping us make this year possible. Now, you also have I believe that you were one of the actors or performers, voiceovers for one of our most popular mini docs. What was it like working with the great director, Reed R. McCants?
I'm going to try to be nice, Reed, but it was tough. Reed runs a tough ship, and I didn't personally agree with his direction. And we did several takes, remember? And they didn't come out too well. But when I decided to direct myself, we got several good takes.
Of course. Well, listen, you are a consummate director. You proved it this year by winning an Image Award for directing, I believe, a TV show, a sitcom. Before you tell us all about it, let's watch this little video that we put together on you winning the Image Award this year.
Queen Neema!
As winner for outstanding.
Outstanding.
Black History Mini Docs is proud to announce that our curator, Neema Barnett, has won the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Directing in a Comedy Series.
Outstanding.
Nominated for Grand Crew. Outstanding directing in a comedy series.
This is the fourth nomination for Neema Barnett, and this year marks the second time that she takes home the coveted prize. Neema won her first Image Award for the after-school special One More Hurdle, the Donna Cheek story. In 1986, Neema became the first African-American woman to direct a sitcom in television history. Just like the greats who paved the way in baseball and tennis, Neema Barnett did the same for television and film directing. She was a first, and she's still going strong. Please join us in celebrating a true pioneer in television and film. Neema Barnett.
Oh, yes, I did win a 2024 Image Award for Best Director for a wonderful show on NBC entitled Grand Crew. I'm sorry it's off the air. And I got a great script, great writer, great executive producers, great cast, and great crew. And we had a lot of fun. And I was very surprised and honored. And that's my second Image Award and fourth nomination. So
Wow.
I really feel honored.
Now, fantastic. Now, there's a documentary that we're working on about your life. It's called Harlem to Hollywood. Neema Barnett Journey. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Girl staring out from her window sill on 141st and St. Nick, absorbing the imagery in her view. Wisdom-filled eyes of a child who could feel deeply and paint the stories of the people around her, those passing her by, those lifting her up like her father's gaze on a sunny day as he watched her walk to school. And the pride of her mother, who posts every article and award on her Harlem apartment wall. That cherub-cheeked girl will go on to take the world by storm. First, New York City's famed High School of Performing Arts, a theater major. Then, the sky captain of her dreams, catching the beats and emotions in a scene, opening wide the door for black girls with talent and heart and vision to break free of their window sills while never letting go of what's happening now. Gracefully standing in her rightful place behind the camera, directing iconic shows on television, films that scream out echoes of communities deserving to be heard.
Scattered dreams.
An innovator, motivator, shifting the paradigm of an industry dominated by men and coloring her resume while uplifting at the same time.
One more hurdle. From Harlem to Hollywood.
Cut and print that sucker.
Wow. That was fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, what do you have to say about that, Neema? We're going to do this thing.
Well, it brought a tear to my eye because I lived that long to do all of that work. Wow, you did a great job, honey. Yeah, I think that I think a documentary about me being the first Black woman in the history of television to ever direct a sitcom and first Black woman to ever get a three-picture deal. My journey, I think, the young filmmakers coming up could learn from, because history does repeat itself. And we are better off than we were when I started. Whew, when I started, it was rough. But thank God I lived long enough to see all the wonderful filmmakers who are coming up now with strong voices, and it's exciting.
You're working on a book as well, right?
I am working on a book from Harlem to Hollywood and back because, we still live in Harlem too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on a book about my life and what I went through, and hopefully it will help those who are coming up now.
Good. Fantastic. Well, listen, thanks for being a pop-up guest finally.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh boy, okay.
That's it. We're cutting it short here.
Yeah, very short. I guess you have all the airtime, huh, honey?
Well, you're taking over the show, so that's what Well, thank you so much, Neema.
Can I say goodbye to our fans?
Yes, you can.
Goodbye, fans. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You bring tears to my eyes. And I would keep talking, but my husband's cutting me off.
All right.
Happy 2025.
Thank you for being a pop-up guest. And I hope you pop up again, perhaps maybe even do your own show.
I hope so.
Okay. Thank you. Pop-up guest. Every time we decide to tell a story, the challenge is which story to tell and what do we say about the person in such a short time? Well, in the new year, we're going to post some videos about the processes that we go through to create our mini docs. I'm sure you're going to be excited to see what that's like. And I'm also extremely excited about what's going to happen in 2024 for us in general. Some of the docs that will be premiering in the new year will include scholars W.E.B. Du Bois and businesswoman Delilah L. Beasley, architect Paul Revere Williams, aviator Bessie Smith, inventor Garrett Morgan, actress Pam Grier, and we'll have the tragic story of Lewis Allen, and so much more. We're also going to have some great maxi docs. First up will be the greatest boxers of all time. Then there will be a maxi doc, the great actors and actresses, including some of my favorites, and a lot that have been forgotten. We'll also have the great comedians of color. There will be a special presentation of the great martyrs, ones who have paid the ultimate price for freedom. That will be coming out this February, Black History Month. Great women and men in radio is another one that I'm excited to put together for our audiences. It will include the stories of New York DJs, the famous Frankie Crocker, and my actual brother, Bob Slade, who was a staple in New York radio. There will be other recognizable folks from around the country, so you don't want to miss that one. We'll have a whole slew of new docs, maxi docs, mini docs, and the micro docs, of course, that are going to be from now on specifically designed for the iPhone and cell phones. So it can fit the full frame, the ones that we carry around all the time, every day, all day nowadays. It's going to be great, and I'm excited. Well, that's all we have for this episode. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and of course, please, thank you. I want to thank you, but if you haven't already, subscribe, like us. And we want to thank our audiences from around the world for taking the time to learn with us. Thank you all for your continued support. I also want to thank the folks who helped us put Black History Mini Docs together. Special thanks to Benita Brisker, Marlon Cooley, Horace Glasper, my good friend Junie Smith, Akeisha McCants, and of course, Neema Barnette for lending their voices or interview skills to the productions of our series. Well, that's all we have for this year, we'll see you for season number 5 starting March 2025, God willing, of course. I'm Reed R. McCants. Stay black until I get back. And if you're not black, just stay on the right track. Later.
Podcast.